everyone. Hello, how are you going? I just logged on a couple minutes late and got on and realized that StreamYard, where I stream from, has added some new features which look pretty funky, but not what I needed to discover just as I was going live, because I have no idea. It looks a bit different on there. So I'm hoping I'm live. I can't see on Facebook that I'm live. I think it's doing that funky thing where it's streaming to an event. I'm not 100% sure why it does that. So if you are watching me, I might have to see if I can. I don't know how to stop it doing that. For some reason, I might just have to mute that for a second and just, I don't know. I don't know if I can share it or not. Who knows? Okay, I'm just going to go out of that and hope for the best. So if you're watching me on Facebook, I'm glad that you found me. Hey, Anita. Hey, Kerry. Hey, Nicole. So yes, I'm just going to leave how it is because it's a bit funky on Facebook, but it's there, but it's hidden in the event. Cross out that one. So I hope you're well and doing okay. I've been busy today, but you know those days when you've been busy but you feel like you haven't achieved anything. That's the day I've had today. So I'm getting prepared to pre-record a video for next week because next week I will be in Brisbane, which has been a bit of a wild ride to actually watch the scary weather that's going on up in Brisbane. So I hope if you are in that area, I hope you are safe. I'm from that area originally. I have a lot of family on there. It's been a bit of a worry to watch that weather, but thankfully it did get downgraded to a tropical low as it was coming over. So I think the outcome was a little bit better than what was originally predicted, which was a bit scary. So hopefully I'll be in Brisbane next week. I fly over on Wednesday, which is scary to think that it's only a few days. But anyway, I've been pre-recording because I know that I will be away next Saturday, so I want my life to go on as usual. I've had a good day, Verity. It's been productive, sort of, kind of, sort of thing. So anyway, what I thought I would do tonight is share a project with some of the new online exclusive products. Gosh, I've been busy obviously because I've got empty drink cups and I've been getting a new drink without realising I've still got one there. So I did send out an email this morning as well, and I wanted to quickly touch on this before I get started. And well, actually, it's two things. So there's this. So you may have seen this in both my email this morning or on my Facebook page. So there is a price increase coming to our cardstock. Stampin Up have told us ahead of time because those that are going to the conference next week will see it because we get a sneak peek of the new catalogue. Anyway, there will be an increase. So I had a couple of tips and suggestions on my newsletter, and I probably will share these on my Facebook page as well. But the price increase will be happening early May at the start of the new catalogue. So I recommend if you have colours that you use a lot of, just stock up if you can before the price goes up. It's just a handy thing to do just so you can beat the price increase a little bit. Obviously, eventually you'll have to buy at the higher price, but it's not Stampin Up in a set, like it's everywhere. The raw materials are costing more, so things are going up. Stampin Up have a very good quality cardstock. It's dyed all the way through. In saying that, we do now have printed two-tone cardstocks, so it's different. But the other thing that Stampin Up are doing that I'm a little bit sad about, so I'll share my desk because I've actually got these here. So we are used to having thick basic white and normal basic white. So these are our two types of A4 white that we have. And they're different. So they look essentially the same, but they are actually different. So this is our normal white, and it's thinner. So this is great for layers. It's great, like just for your general use. However, we also have basic white thick, and this is great for making the actual card base because the cardstock itself is a lot thicker, okay? It's also great for doing your stamping when you get a colour with blends because you're not going to, like, it's a thicker cardstock, so you'll be able to apply that medium without worrying about it saturating through too quickly. So these are our two whites. Now there's changes happening to both of these, and I mentioned them in my newsletter, but the thick basic white A4 is going completely. Now, we're a little bit sad because we're not quite understanding Stampin' Up's reasoning, okay? They're replacing it with 12 by 12 thick basic whites. The product itself is not going, it's changing size. So at the moment, we don't have 12 by 12 thick basic white. But for some reason, they've decided to replace the 8.5 by 11 or A4 here in the South Pacific with that 12 by 12. Now, so what I'm suggesting is that you stock up on this and you stock up on this one because this one is actually has 40 sheets in it. They're going to reduce this down to 24 sheets. So essentially, it's going to become half the size. So it's going to be a bit more expensive. Like everything these days, I have done a bit of comparison to other brands. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about the really cheap brands. I'm talking about comparable brands, so ones that have the same quality of cardstock that we provide here at Stampin' Up. So we are still competitive even with the price increase, and obviously you're not going to find, your pumpkin pie or your lemon mud with cardstock at a different company because what we pride ourselves on is our colour coordination. In saying that, with this white, obviously, as demonstrators, we found out about this and it has very quickly gone out of stock. So it is out of stock at the moment and it's expected 17th March. Now, I will keep all of you guys informed as to when it hits back in the store so that you can jump on and at this stage, we don't think there's limits to how many you can buy, but that's all we know. So I'll let you know when it's back in stock, but I would recommend one, buying it because it's going to be going up in price, but two, also this one will be changing packet size and this one will no longer be available. So that's the go down on the cardstock. But obviously it affects the whole cardstock line. There's lots of different things. I'll probably post the bit I put up on my newsletter on Facebook as well because there's a bit happening there. The other thing I popped in my newsletter was about the Stampin' Rewards program. I had a little bit of information about that. It's not happening until the 20th of March, but it's good to get these things organised, ready to go. So if you are a customer, it's good to check that you have an online account. So you can do that by going to stampinup.com or stampinup.com.au, wherever you're located. Make sure when you go up in the top right, I believe it is, and if you sign in and you don't have an account, create an account. It will then ask you at some point, I don't know if it does it right yet, it will ask you to opt into the new rewards program. That means that you're saying, yes, I want to participate in earning rewards. So there's a whole heap of changes happening, and I'll probably go over it a bit more as it comes closer. I'm still learning about it all myself, but basically for every each order that goes above $35 more, and it's Australian dollars, you will earn 10% in Stampin' rewards to use on a future order. Now, there's lots of different things, like they will expire. I believe it's 12 months after you earn them, and you will have a Stampin' rewards dashboard. So to me, it reminds me of like your loyalty points at Woolworths or Coles or whatever they are. You earn those points to spend back. So every time I go to the supermarket, I earn points on my frequent shop or whatever it's called, and then it'll ask me when I reach a certain amount to spend, I can spend my voucher towards my shop. So essentially, that's how Stampin' Up transitioning. Before it was you had to spend over $250 to earn rewards, which made it unachievable for those that could not shop at those limits, or you had to wait to place an order that's big enough to earn rewards. There was also the ability to get a half price item if you spent over $500, I think it was. That will be going, but I think it's going to be more even across the board for lots of people to access the program. You'll then earn rewards on all those small orders that you don't earn rewards on. So that 50% off item is not really a great big loss because you'll be earning rewards more frequently. So there's lots of changes happening, but it's all very, very exciting. So When I switched back, it went out of stock the day that they announced it. It was crazy. So I'll let you guys know as soon as. Okay, so today I'm going to use the new um, online exclusive. So I've got so much product on my. I've been playing a lot to get ready. So this is the new bundle that I'm using. It's called Textured Notes. Just click back this one a little bit. So this one, I don't mind my tape. This just tells me it's an online exclusive, so I know in my stocks that that's what it is and where it's from. So it came with these really cool rectangle dies as well, and it's got this beautiful stamp set. Hey Megan, it also comes with a corrugated embossing folder, and it has 2 packs of paper, so it's kind of sort of sweet. You won't see me use the paper today because but you can see I have been using it. It's got a few different designs. I believe it has 3 sheets of each pattern, so it's got less designs but more sheets of each pattern. I think my internet might be a bit laggy, and I do apologise. Sorry if it's got this like really cool like photographic textures. So it comes with that one, which is called Woven Textures, and then it also has this metallic texture. So this is like a black and white one, and I haven't used this one yet, but it's got some really cool patterns in here. And I've seen some really cool things done with them where people have coloured these as well. The more you're liking it, Megan, yeah, it's huge, isn't it? I love this one. I really want to fussy cut this because you all know that I'm going to fussy cut it. I'm going to colour it, I'm going to fussy cut it, I'm going to change it. So really, really cute patterns. I hope that the weather's cleared up. So yes, there's both. There also have some embellishments and some ribbon. Anyway, I made 3 colours, and I'm going to show you one tonight. Which, when you saw that paper, that's the sort of the look of the suite is the blacks, the browns. I think I do actually have. Let's just see if I've got them. The embellishments that came with that suite. I think I put them out of their packet. I haven't even used them yet. So I'm a colourful. Like I'm going to gravitate towards colour. So every time I've thought, I probably should use those, I've gone and used something different because, you know, why would I use what comes with the suite? That's just silly. Yeah, here we go. So it comes with these. These are called the neutral matte dots. So they've got, you know, your black, your vanilla, looks like pecan pie, and some white up the top there. So I haven't used those yet, but you could colour these with blends. They're creamy white ones. So this is the card I'm going to make tonight. So it's a completely different colourway. I've gone for a monochromatic blue look. So I've gone with all my different blues, all my favourites, and made a different kind of colour. Now, the fun thing about this one is I've used the rectangles and I've actually cut it out of the stamped background and then popped it up on home dimensions, so it gives it a bit of dimension. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but I've also used the corrugated embossing folder just to add a tiny bit of texture underneath. And I didn't use the ribbon that came with the suite, but instead I've used the linen thread it came as part of the suite, I believe. And I don't know, in my head, I love this stuff so much. I love linen thread. So give me coloured linen thread and I'm happy. But I know that this linen thread collection has copper clay and garden green, I think, in it. So I'm like, oh no, they're going to retire it because the copper clay in it. So I'm like, no, I've got to use it on every single card. So I'm going to make this one with you, and I might give you a sneak peek of the other 2 cards at the end that I've made. And I might video those separately and just put them as not a live video, just something different. Okay, so let's get started, and I'm going to show you how I made this. Hey, Andrea. So yes, this is my colour combo. So I've got my Pool Party, my Coastal Cabana, Summer Splash, Blueberry Bustle, and Night Off Maybe. So really, really fun. I'm totally a blue person. Coastal Cabana and Summer Splash are my 2 favourites. Hey, Sue, how are you? So let's get started. I'm also going to use these embellishments. So I thought with the light blues, I really like that these shades, like they have that iridescence, so they pick up whatever colour you use them with. As you can see, I don't have many left. I'm at the point where I'm not reaching things when I use them, so I can tell what's going to carry over to the new catalogue or be retired. So these are my pieces that I've got out. They're my scrap pieces. So I've got my blueberry bushel card bags, and then I've got two layers of Pool Party, which I'm going to use for both the inside and the card front. And then I've got 2 pieces of basic white, which I'm going to use for the card front as well as the inside as well. Okay, and then I've got a scrap piece of blueberry bushel, which is going to be for my sentiment. And I had this anyway, so I thought, why make another one? I'll just use this. This is just basic white, and I've run it through this mini 3D corrugated embossing folder. So I've run it through there, and I've just done a piece which I'm using, just like corrugated. This reminds me of being at school when we had to do art and craft projects, and we had those big sheets of corrugated card. But yeah, really, really fun. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to take one of my pieces of basic white here, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So I've got a couple of things mounted up on my box. I've got this beautiful stamp here, and I've used this a couple of different ways. On the other cards, I will show you what I did with it to use it on those. And I also have my sentiment, which I've used a little note of appreciation. I think there's three sentiments. There's 3 sentiments in this set. And make sure I went with a completely different colour combo to what I was doing the other night. Okay, so we're going to start with our stamping. I'm going to pull out. I've got this old Stamparatus mat. I'm just going to use to protect my surface, and then I'm going to start from light to dark and stamp this across from right to left. So my light is on this side, but I found it's best when doing this kind of technique to start with your light and work up to your dark, because then you don't need to clean it as much. So I'm going to start with Pool Party, and the other tip before I start is that this is quite a distinctive stamp. In fact, all of these images on here are very distinctive images, and so they don't really like being you don't have too much ink on them. So what I find best is if you're getting a bit of a bubbled image when you stamp, is just massage your ink pad a little bit first, and that's going to give you a nicer look. So I'm just totally using my great folder, but you could use the back of a spoon as well. That works well. I know that I re-inked my Pool Party recently, so I don't want to get that too much ink on it. So there, I've got my Pool Party stamped, and that's what I'm starting with. And then I'm going to move. Now, I can't remember, but on my original, I'm pretty sure you need to go Coastal Cabana. I feel like my Coastal Cabana was really dark because I just re-inked it. So I'm actually going to do my Slim Splash and hope I'm right, but it doesn't matter too much anyway. I'm just going to do the same and just move that ink a little bit. And then up my stamp, and then I'm moving along. I'm just stamping over the top, so it's okay if they layer over the top. Now let's do our Coastal Cabana. I have no idea, but I feel like I only inked it today, and I may have put a little bit too much ink. I think I actually need a new Coastal Cabana ink pad because this one's quite old. Yeah, there's a lot of ink in there. This one's quite old, showing signs of wear and tear. Okay, so let's just ink that one up. And I'm sort of moving the stamp, so I'm not having it the same direction each time. I'm glad that I did that after because it's definitely darker. I think that I need to take some ink out of my Coastal Cabana a little bit. Now, I've got my blueberry bushel. I think this one was pretty good, so let's just put that on there and see. You don't want to press these distinctive images too hard. Let's do that one. Oh, that's good that it went right around you. How's the flooding? Lismore looks crazy. Okay, so this is Night of Navy. So I've done my blueberry bushel, and then I've done my Night of Navy. So that's my 5 colours. So I've stamped from light to dark across there. So now I'm going to come back with my Pool Party. And I'm just going to get my blending brush. I've got blending brushes everywhere at the moment. For my project for next week on the way, there's a lot of different colours. Well, there's not really, but there's a lot of ink. So I'm just going to pull some of my pool party onto my brush. I'm actually going to go across this whole big section with a bit of pool party. I'll tell you what, it feels weird to be doing not a fun fold or something that involves a lot of paper pieces to that. Literally, it's only a card base and a couple of layers. So I thought I'd do more technique based. I didn't even introduce myself at the start of this video, so I'm sorry if you're watching me for the first time. I always forget, actually, you need a sticky note that says, when you start a video, say who you are from. But if you aren't familiar, my name's Taylor, and I'm a demonstrator from Tasmania, Australia. I've got a button that just says that. I come on and do these videos. I try to do them every week. I'm pretty good. I'm usually here every week. So I've just done that middle section with a bit of pool party, and then I'm going to here we go. You haven't left the house, but I think you've Brisbane so far, so good. Bring your umbrella next week. Oh my goodness. I have a Stampin Up umbrella actually. I should pack it, you reckon? So this is some blueberry bushel. This is just my Stampin' Where marker. And I'm sort of focusing a bit of spritzing on the middle section there just to add a little bit of texture. So that's all I'm going to do there. Now I'll put those away. Now I want to bring in my Texture Notes rectangle dies. Now I always get asked where these packaging of my dies is from. If you head to my website, I have a section up the top where it says Crafty phase. So if you head to my website, just pop the link down the bottom there. You can go to Crafty phase and I'll have all of those things linked just to what I use. Okay, so I'm going to pull in, I think it's the third largest of the rectangles. And I thought that one looked nice framed on this section here. So I'm going to add that one, and I will have to bring my die cut machine in. So let's bring that big bad boy in. I've been doing loads of projects that I can't share yet because it's for people that I have to give to in person to watch this video. I'll have lots of shares next week. After I've given these projects, I will pop them on my blog. They've been really fun. I've been doing lots of fun boards that really cool things. So, right, so I've just run that through. Now let's just pull this off. Okay. And then we've got our two pieces here, which is what we want. So I'm going to pull in my piece of pool party now, and I'm going to take my glue. Just add a bit of glue to this frame. So what I'm doing is using the negative and the positive of this die cut. So I'm just going to line up and frame this piece onto my layer of pool party. And then I've got this piece which will slot back in there nicely. I'm actually going to pop that up on some foam dots. And most of it, you didn't see my post. I'm using up this sheet now, but this is not in all of them. I did pick up on the Stampin' Up, so I can't keep complaining about not owning some because I did go and buy quite a few. So I was like, are you serious that you ran out of those? Okay. So use up these edge pieces, by the way. So they're all the little hexagons, but then you've got these outer edge pieces, and you can't see them. So I use those, especially for bits like this, where you're not going to see them. They're just used to raise up that layer. Okay. I'm not very conservative about how many dimensionals I use, and this is why I run out. Okay. I can hear Elijah talking away in the next room, so hopefully he's not too loud for you guys. Elijah has been off school for a while because he's had whooping cough, and luckily I'm vaccinated and I did not catch it, so I'm right to travel. But, yeah, I'll tell you what, and Elijah's vaccinated too, but he's still got a mild dose. It's not really, really bad, but he's still okay. So I've just popped that on top with that 3D foam. I know, Nicole. I know you don't want a snaggy centre, so I've got that stuff on there. Now we can. Oh, I forgot. I forgot it. I forgot it. And I could get away with this not doing it, but do you know I did this on the original too? So surprise, surprise. I'm going to make it look more complicated than what it is. So I've got my Knight of Navy twine. I want to put this underneath here before I stick it down. So I'm just going to tuck that underneath. Luckily, my dimensionals have not really adhered yet. And I'm actually just going to wrap that around a couple of times. Okay. Pull that a bit tighter. Okay, so now we've got that there. We can stick it. So let's tie this in a bit of a knot. Yeah, pop over to Chrissy's. What to get dimensionals? Oh, everyone's going to be seriously hoarding cardstock now. If you have to buy cardstock, you're going to have to like pay a high price. Okay. So I'm just tying my knot in my bow and my tails. Okay, so that's my first layer, and I'm going to do this on my card base now. So I've got my blueberry bushel card base. A bit of glue, a bit cleaner with my glue maybe, and stick that onto my card base. Okay, and then I want to do my sentiment now. So I'm going to get my blueberry bushel, and then I'm going to emboss. So I've got this embossing plate is getting very flat. When I saw my new one, I was like, wow, that's looking really skinny. It needs to give me some tips. Okay, so I've got my sentiment, which says note of appreciation, and I'm just going to stamp that down. So this scrap piece is quite large. Now, I'm using a scrap piece of paper, which this is not, which it's okay because I have got this memory. Elijah and I have booked to go to Melbourne to see the Harry Potter exhibition. I'm very, very excited. It's in Paris, so we can't wait. You know, hopefully some white cardstock. Oh, that's testing friendship, Nick. Okay, so I'm just adding some white embossing powder. Elijah's excited. He's going to stay with my friend Leanne, so he gets to meet Phil's parents. Okay, so now I'm just going to heat up my heat tool. May is going to be very busy because we're going across to Melbourne. But, hey, Cherry. So it's been a bit hectic around here. I don't think I've actually said on one of my Facebook lives. I think I did say that our house was on the market. We're on the market. I feel like it was January or the beginning of February. House was up for sale. Well, anyway, it sold 4 days after we listed it for sale. So very, very exciting. It's the reason I was because it's all going to go unconditional. It's actually not unconditional yet, but it is basically. So we get our official paperwork next week. But we'll be moving in May. So Mother's Day week, I'll be moving house. So it's been a bit crazy. I'm just trimming the sentiment down. I'm talking and I don't say what I'm doing. I'm just going to trim the sentiment down so I want it to be a smaller strip. Yeah, so anyway, my craft room is going to be packed up at some point. I mean, my craft room is not a big deal. It's pretty minimal, and most things are in boxes of some kind anyway. But I will have to pre-record some videos because it's a bit busy and I will be moving house. So I will make sure there's content, but it's going to be. See you, Nicole. Thanks for popping in. Have fun voting. Um, yeah, so I have a new craft room coming. Yes, I'm me too, very. It's been, look, the house has not been that stress because there's been some very stressful events, but you know, breathe a little sigh of relief because it's all sorted. And I've been on the IKEA website. So we don't have IKEA where I live, but I've been on the IKEA website. I'm just going to trim a little bit of irrigated piece Crafty. Because IKEA is like the mainland, so I'd have to fly there, but you can get stuff delivered. So I'm just going to work out roughly how much of this I want. I'm just going to tear it a little bit more because so that looks a bit natural. Like it's not a rectangle piece. I sort of want it to peter out a little bit. So I just want it to pop out from underneath that sentiment. And then I'm going to cut my ends on a bit of an angle. And I can trim that down. So they're literally scrap pieces. There's no exact size for how long your sentiment will be. Just whatever works. Yeah, so we're moving about 45 minutes away from where we are now. So for those that are familiar with Tasmania, I live in Burnie, but we're moving to Home. So for many reasons, but my parents live in Home. But also, so for those that don't know, I have epilepsy. Well, I have epileptic seizures. So they came up with that. Well, in 2020, I actually got diagnosed with familial brain calomel. So I do have seizures, and because of that, I am not allowed to drive anymore. And trust me, I still have not got used to that. So I wanted to move somewhere where I can get around and be more independent. So where I live, it's very hilly. I don't really have many people here for support. So where we're moving to, I'll be able to walk a lot to school, and I'll be able to walk to the post office on a good day. And I do also have a degenerative spinal condition, but you know, I like to still be as I can. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of move that so I can pop the sentiment right over the top. I'm thinking it's a little bit long, but that's what I like. Just trim and move it. Okay, so I need those dimensionals again. I'm going to grab these. I might add another one because why not? And our new backyard and our new place is so nice. It's all turf, and I'm thinking that it will be beautiful and flat. Let's hope the dogs don't do too much. They're not used to having such a pristine backyard. We do have a big backyard and it's all grass, but we have excavated, landscaped years ago. And so they got to see their dirt, and let's just say they're golden retrievers, and they had the time of their life out there. So we really got over that stage. Okay, so I'm going to grab some, if I can find it. If I can find the Stella. Yeah. I don't know. It's gone. It's probably because it's gone on strike because it's overused. Because it's sick of being put on every single card. That is the doggy in the background. He's been having some really crazy dreams today. Cracks me up every time he does it. Okay, so I'll put my big concealer on, and now I'm going to add my iridescent. So I'm going to add one here a little one, and then I might add another little one down here. So I've got a few of those dots on the background. So it's a pretty easy card, really. Because you stamp in that background, you cut out the rectangle, and then you just put a little bit of twine and the sentiment on top. Could you hear him, Anita? He's hilarious. I videoed for 30 seconds today. It's really. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my layer of basic white because we're going to do a quick inside. I'm going to bring it back in. I haven't cleaned it because I don't really need to. I'm just going to come in with some. I did have no navy on it, but just go with whatever colour happens. That's pretty beneficial to me. Now I'm going to grab this one here. So this is another distinctive looking one, and I'm going to bring in my pool party. I'm just going to ink. I forget my pool party. Now I just want to stamp a couple of those to the side, just to get a bit of a collage. And then you could add, I don't know if I did it, I don't think I did on my original. I'm going to bring back in the blueberry bushel marker and spritz some of that over there. And then I had a little note of appreciation, and then I popped, "You are seriously the best." So I'm going to stamp that again, but I'm going to do that one in note of navy. I thought, instead of black, I'm just going to add some blue. Everyone loves blue, right? I'm just going to stamp this there. And then we should, if I haven't lost it, have a layer of party again. I always add double matte. So on the white piece that I usually put on the inside of my cards, I always matte it. I think I'm going to have to forego the matte soon. It's getting expensive. If you get a card from me and it's got double matte on the inside, you know that I love you. Okay. I'm just okay. So I've stuck that in. So that is the card. So really, really fun and really, really simple. I did a matching envelope. So I pre-did because I knew that was going to make it. And yeah, that was really, really fun. I really liked doing, sometimes when I look at the sweet, so this one was really brown, there's browns and the blacks and stuff. I like to do a colour combo that's outside of the round, what it looks like. So I'm going to show you the couple of cards that I have done using the sweet as well, which I will record videos for and pop up on my YouTube hopefully this week. But so you can see the differences with the sweet, what you can do with it. I also did this one, which if you are a Stampin' Up member and you saw the chit chat that we had this week, so I was sort of putting this together on that video. I was having a bit of a play around with this card. So I ended up putting this together. Same sort of thing. I've stamped the background with this one sort of reminds me of a cork placement. I stamped that and then stamped the leaves in brown. Done some sponging and I've actually cut the rectangle out and popped it up as well. But this time I've stamped the leaves and fussy cut them. And they are a pain to fussy cut, but it's worth it, I think. The dies also come with a really cool die that can do that sentiment. So very, very cool. If you don't know what the Stamping Lounge is, I will tell you in a minute. And this is the third one I did. So this one was with that Woven Textures DSP, and I decided to go with a fun colour combo of pumpkin pie, peach pie, copper clay, and wild wheat. So that was my colour combo that I did. I've been enjoying using some of those in colours before they retire. So the wild wheat and the copper clay, which are both going to be leaving us soon. So that was a lot of fun to make. And I also did some emboss resist. So it's very hard to tell unless you see in person, but these are actually shiny. So I just clear embossed them and did a bit of sponging around just to find some additional texture in that card. So these three are made using that textured notes bundle. So this one here with the rectangle dies. This one's available in my online store now. Along with the papers and the different embellishments that go along with that suite. So there's actually a whole heap of online exclusives. I'm not sure if I have a chart. Yeah, here we go. So this shows some of them. You can see in that second image there to the left, that is the whole suite. All of these are now available to purchase. There's loads of different products. We're getting more new products more frequently now, Stampin' Up, which is really, really cool. So that one is now available. You can find my shop link in my video description or on my page, wherever you are. And then, let's see, I did mention. So I was doing the chit chat, and that was from the Stamping Lounge. So every month we just have fun and craft. And we have a monthly class coming up this month with the, I believe it is. So yeah, we have lots of fun over there. If you don't know what it is, head over to the stampinglounge.com. The link should be in the description. And it's monthly membership where we do classes. There's the Technique Lounge, Sketch Lounge, Colour Lounge, all sorts of things. It has all the info on what it includes over there on the website, so you can see a bit more. Yeah, cool. I think that's it. I will see you guys. Well, I actually won't. It'll be pre-recorded, but I will see some of you in Brisbane next week. Other than that, I will be back here live on Saturday next week at 7 p.m. I'm pretty sure when the live is happening, I may be able to come in and say hello, but oh no, it is, what time is it? Oh no, I should be finished. I should actually not be anywhere. So I'll probably pop in and say hello quickly, but I will be in Brisbane. So anyway, I had fun sharing these, and I will see you guys next week. And I'm sure that I will post content along the way so you can see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon. See you guys.